All right, welcome back to another onion update. Tonight we'll be potting on these onions, which were the first ones that I sown. These were done back on the 20th of November. So these are about 12 weeks old, and these were seeds kindly given to me by Chris Evans. And thanks to him, and thanks to everybody else who's commented, suggested videos to watch, or introduced themselves because they grow great veg. The most recent one is Duncan from Coastal Gardens Northwest. I mean, he introduced himself on the channel, and I've been over and watched some of his videos, and he grows some impressive veg. So, if you've got a channel yourself, or you can suggest a channel, stick it in the comments. I don't care. Promote yourself. Do whatever you want. I came on here to learn and to gain knowledge. And if you can pass that on, stick it in the comments. Just everybody learn together, innit, and get on. Right, what have we got here then? So, like I said, these were sown on the 20th of November. Go down and have a little look. It's those there. I will be selecting out that one. That one's not as good as the others. All the others, especially the ones in the front, they're not looking too bad. It's those. Pan up a bit. I'll be honest, at 12 weeks, they probably should be looking a lot better than this, but they didn't have the best start in life. I'll be honest. I'm learning. I didn't know what I was doing. The compost wasn't good enough. I overwatered them at seeds. Then when they germinated, I'd gotten some grow lights. They didn't work properly. I had to send them back. They didn't have any more. I had to wait for another set to turn up. And yeah, these went without grow lights after germinating for about 2 weeks. And then the compost I potted them on in wasn't good enough, which I've now sorted. Now using what Chris Evans suggested, the Vitax. So I'll be potting all of these on because there's only 8 here, probably apart from that one. All right, so that's a look at them. That's what they're looking like. Like I say, not as good as what they probably should be. And if everybody knows, a long stem like that, is that good? Or am I better off with, a shorter, stockier stem? To me, that one there, that looks like the best one I've got. He's about 2 foot tall when you pull the leaves right up. So he's fairly straight. Yeah, that's my favourite. But like I say, I'm a novice to this, so I'm still learning. But it's amazing how you can watch all the videos you want, but you do it. If you do it more than once, you start to get a feel for it. You start to get an understanding, and it all starts to make sense. And that's what I'm enjoying the most, is learning, getting a feel for it, and hopefully getting an understanding for it. So next year, when it's the beginning of giant onion seeds, I'll have a better chance of doing a better job. So those are the ones we're potting up. I'll stick it on the tripod now and go through what I'm doing. Right, just a quick go through on the mix that I'll be using for this is the third potting. This is simply all done by volume, and I've used 3 of these. It doesn't matter, does it? It's by volume, but 3 pots of the compost of your choice, sieved. I'm using the Vitax now. Then I put in 1 of these of fine vermiculite and 1 of, it's Levington's, but it's John Innes number 2. The idea being with that, from what I've gathered, is starting to introduce a bit of heavier, soilier consistency to it, starting to get them introduced to that, ready for when they get planted out. So the next potting will be even more of the John Innes. So that's it. Everything's sieved, nice and fine as always. There we go. On to the next bit. Right, so the plants are going from a 9cm pot into a 14cm pot. Now, what I'm going to attempt to do here is stick some in the bottom, stick that empty pot in the middle, work the compost around it, and then pull that out. So hopefully we'll have a nice square space ready for the others to go in. So let's give that a go. Drop it in the bottom. Push it down to that one's about flush. Fill around. And I bet getting this out is going to be interesting, but we'll give it a go. I've seen it done. It worked for them. It's just lovely and soft. If I was a plant, I'd be keen to get in here. It's a bit like turning out a sponge, isn't it? I hope it hasn't stuck to the bottom. All right, let's give it a go. Lift and separate like a wonder bra. Please work, please work. If not, it'll be funny, but it should. Oh, there we go. We got our pot in the middle. So now we could do now is go and get a plant, stick it in there and restake it. So I'll do that next. Right, I've got the plant here. I gave it a good watering last night, all of them a good watering, so hopefully they've soaked up the water, so hopefully they'll stick together well. I'll turn it out as carefully as I can, and we'll have a look at the roots. Trying to right, that's all the roots we got. That's not looking impressive for something that's, I hope I'm in focus because I just do this on my phone, so I've no idea what you're actually looking at. Yeah, that's not a brilliant root structure, is it? I would have thought these should be a lot thicker and looking a lot healthier than that. But there we go. Right, stick it in. But before we do that, I generally put in some mycorrhizal fungus. So I'll put this down, go and get that, and we'll start again because I'm a bit forgetful like that. Right, this is what I've just put in there. Root Max mycorrhizal, just a quarter of a teaspoon I've put in there. So now we can put the plant in. Please fit, please fit, please fit. Should have had that much bigger hole, shouldn't I? Yeah, I don't think this is the best idea. I think I might, although the theory's good, my execution, I should have had this deeper in the pot, shouldn't I? I don't know, do I push it in? well, it'll be good contact, won't it? The next one, see, I'm learning all the time. Make sure the pot, this pot, is a lot deeper in this pot. There we go, she's in there. Nice snug fit, mind. Put a bit extra compost around the top. Do you want to keep it away from the bulb area? I'm still watering everything from the bottom, so I'm not that concerned about any gap around the top. But if you're watering from the top, obviously you want to get it further down. Right, that's done that. So now what we're going to do, I'll probably have to pan back a bit so you can see the height. Stick some stakes in, redo the clips, and there, that's one finished. So I'll pan back, move the camera, phone, I ain't got a camera, I'm not flash, and we'll go from there. Right, so now what I've done, I've put some new split canes down the side. I've gone from 40s, that was here, up to 60s. And then I'm, instead of just one of these clips, these are 11 centimeter clips, instead of one, I've now going to put two, one either side, and give them more room to move over. And I think it's going to be easier to stick the bigger ones on, put my glasses on, put the bigger ones on and then unclip these. Save all the leaves flopping around everywhere. It's all a little bit fiddly, but yeah, that works. Stick that one in there, up to there. And the reason I'm saying all the sizes and everything is, for me, when I was trying to learn about this, I mean, all you people that do it all the time, you know what a split cane is, you know what length you've cut it, you know these are 11 centimeter clips. I didn't have a clue. I didn't have a clue what to order, what sizes. So if you know about these things and you're making good videos, us idiots don't. So what you might think is just obvious, to people like me, it isn't. So that's why there we go, this is looking good, isn't it? This is why I try and say everything I'm doing, so should anybody stumble across my channel, not that they're going to learn from it, but whatever. There I go. Trying to be careful not to damage the leaves too much. We got up there. There we go. And these have been under grow lights, but I'd reduced it to daytime only for the last 2 weeks. So they've been on daytime only for the last 2 weeks in preparation for going out into, well, I've got to try and find myself a greenhouse, but there we are. I'll see if I can borrow one. This is looking a bit dodgier. And they'll go back under the grow lights for, I think, another 2 weeks, just to let them settle into their new pot. Look, take that one out. Start moving on and not, you know, shocking them with 2 different things of being repotted and moving out of their growing environment. Ha! There she is. Pull that one out. Yeah. It's like one of those things you have around your leg. when you break your leg, isn't it? There we go. There she is. Flip that one over that side. Try and get the leaves going. From the sides to the sides like they should. Let's sort them out a bit. Make them look neat. Right. There's one. I'll crack on and do the others now. You don't really need me to see that. This is what we're doing. What I'm doing. You're not doing anything. You're sat there probably having a cup of tea, shouting at me, going, "What is he doing?" But hey ho, we're having fun. I'll pop the next one definitely a bit lower in the pot. When I've done them all, you have a look at that. I don't know why, but you're going to. Right. Next. Right, there they are. All done, all 6. We'll pan back. There we go. I'll tell you what, I know it's silly, but seeing them in their bigger cages and their bigger pots, I'm quite excited about this. I actually feel like a bloody onion grower now. Look at me. Now, just a question for you, for people who know going forward. At the moment, if you watch the rest of me nonsense, you know I'm building a garden. I've got next to nowhere to put anything. Pots. Doing these in pots, can I get away? Well, what size of pot? Do they need to be plastic, or can I get away with the felt ones? Because obviously the felt ones are a bit cheaper, and I've got a lot of things to do that are quite expensive. So, because I want to build a polytunnel. So, if anybody's got any tips, or can send me in the direction of good videos of people growing them in pots and how they got on, I'd appreciate it. I mean, yeah, I know these aren't going to be bloody £10 show winning onions, but hopefully from my local little garden show, which I've now got involved with, they've got a class for giant onions, or the biggest onions in show. So I'm hoping to have a go at that. It's nice to support your local garden show. This one's been going for, this will be its 97th year. So I'm excited to get involved in that. And the grand prize for the biggest onion in show is 60p. How cool is that? 60p. There you go. Right, these will go back under the, calm down, Pete, you're getting too excited. These will go back up under the grow lights, just on during the day, off by night, getting ready to move them out to somewhere. I haven't figured that out yet, but we'll sort it. Right on, there we go. Thanks again for watching. Cheers and go on.